You can learn a lot about people by how they order pizza. There's the ones that order the smorgasbord. They get a pizza, maybe breadsticks, wings, sandwich. They want a little bit of everything. I love that. Then there's the people that want to climb the mountain. They want to get one pizza with as many toppings as possible on it. Love them too. I myself, I'm a deal searcher. I cannot order anything off the menu. It's got to be from that deals column. Sure, maybe I didn't need the stromboli and a side salad, but for $22 you can get that with an extra large one topping. It's really an art form. And then there's the last kind of person that orders pizza. The person that just calls them and says, "Let me get a pizza with this on it," and doesn't do any research. They don't get anything else, they just order a pizza. Like a psychopath. So just remember, next time you're at a party and somebody goes to order pizza, that friends don't let friends order a la carte. Welcome to You've Got Mails.
You know, for a movie called Mystic Pizza, I was expecting way more wizards.
Or even just better pizza.
Welcome to You Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm here with CJ. And on today's episode...
How do you feel about black olives? Like, is that a good topping?
I like them. I don't like them on pizza necessarily, but I will eat them.
Yeah.
I love them on tacos. Like when I make a taco salad, gotta have like black olives.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's where I use the black olives the most. You really don't want to talk about this movie, do you?
Not particularly.
30 seconds in, you're asking me about black olives.
Well, because it's, I know ham and pineapple is pretty divisive on pizza.
Love it.
But black olives, also kind of divisive. Some people like them, some people don't. I fucking love black olives on
I
pizza.
can take them or leave them on a pizza.
Yeah.
But I do like a nice Hawaiian. I do like the ham and pineapple.
That's
like the salty and the sweet together.
Ham and pineapple is a pizza that has to be there alongside other pizzas. So that I can have a slice or two of the real thing and then I go, you know what? Let me grab one of them ham and pineapples too.
Variety is the spice of life, as they say.
Very true.
Man, all right. Well, let's just talk about pizza for an hour. Why not?
That's kind of my goal here.
No, let's not do that. You didn't like... Well, I don't want to say you didn't like this movie, but you were... Just the text messages back and forth before we recorded led me to believe that...
Bored to death.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
My God, I had such high hopes for this movie. This was highly recommended on the Reddit threads for romance movies.
It's got decent reviews. I mean, like I think high 70s, low 80s, like on Rotten Tomatoes, which isn't terrible.
This movie, if you would have watched the trailer, it would have been like, all those people you love, but now they're in this one.
And this was before, like, Julia Roberts wasn't a name yet. Like, she's not even top billed in this.
No, was she...
Annabeth Gish is top. Who the fuck is Annabeth Gish? I'm sorry. After I looked her up, I realized that she plays the... I don't know if you watch Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
But she plays the detective that Chibbs has, like, an affair with, that he's, like, sleeping with. Like, if she's a DEA agent or not, that's her. But that's, like, the only thing I recognized her from. And she doesn't look anything like she did in 1988. She does now.
Yeah, given that's, 30 years
well, yes,
difference.
Obviously. She doesn't look different. But I couldn't. If you put the two side by side, I'd have no clue.
Wow.
Right? But this was a year before Steel Magnolias, which was Julia Roberts' like, breakout role. And a year after Full Metal Jacket, where Vincent D'Onofrio broke out. And then...
Vincent Philip D'Onofrio.
Yeah, he does go by his middle name in this one. Which he looked... I don't think I've ever seen a skinnier, more handsome Vincent D'Onofrio than I saw. Like I was looking at him, I was like, this is a good looking man right here.
He is, he looked normal person great. Like he's the guy at the bar, your normal human being bar, not movie stars.
Yeah.
That everybody's like, that guy, yeah, that's the guy I want to hang out with.
This is like what I was saying about City Angels, though. It was a different time. Like,
yeah.
This man was a 10 in 1988.
And
maybe not anymore. But then again, Dennis Franz was like a solid like 6 or a 7 in 98. So the times change.
Yeah, I mean, in small town Maine or Connecticut or wherever the fuck this movie is.
Yeah.
He was probably the big hitter.
It's a fishing town.
It's fishing town, lobster town, sir.
Lobster town.
It's a different thing.
It is. So let's talk about this movie. Let's just get into it, CJ. Right. This movie centers itself around. It took me about an hour and a half into the movie to realize they weren't all sisters. 2 sisters and their friend.
Yes.
And their love lives. Portuguese sisters. Which none of these women, as far as I know, Portuguese.
I actually meant to Google what... I sadly, I guess I don't know any Portuguese people.
I don't either. I mean, not to say that I don't. If I do that, I don't know that they're Portuguese. But I guess my main question when it comes to this movie, why Portuguese, CJ?
You know, if this movie was shot in Pittsburgh, it'd be like Lithuanian or Polish folk. You know, I think it's just probably that area probably has a big, big Portuguese
I
population.
don't think any of these women are Portuguese that were cast in this movie, though. That's the thing.
Okay, I'm looking at pictures of Portuguese people. I can see it. They pass.
I don't think so. I'm looking at CJ's phone right now. I don't know. I looked at these women and I said, these are not Portuguese women. But
Yeah,
the mom looked Portuguese.
very true.
Some of the other Portuguese people in the movie look Portuguese, but not the main stars. But our main characters, Daisy and Kat, who are sisters, played by Julia Roberts and Annabeth Gish, and then Lily Taylor plays JoJo.
I like Lily Taylor.
I'm going to tell you something, CJ. After watching this movie, I more than like Lily Taylor. I think I got a thing for Lily Taylor, which I didn't know. The only thing that I really know her from is a movie that we did. Do you remember who she is or what she's in?
No, she's one of those people you always see and you're like, I know her.
She's one of John Cusack's exes from High Fidelity.
my favorite one.
Yes, you're correct. He's the one that they get back together for a little bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But this movie centers on these three girls who live in the small town of Mystic, Connecticut. They work at a place called Mystic Pizza.
Very thoughtfully named.
It is. And this is just kind of like a story, a few weeks of their life, I guess. It looks like their love lives, each of them like intersecting different love stories. And how, kind of like a coming-of-age tale, almost, sort of.
Yeah, I'd say they're all kind of pretty intense love stories. For, it's not just like, oh, I'm meeting a guy and hanging out with him for a couple weeks. There's some infidelities, there's some marriages falling apart.
These are all like life-changing, life-altering things going on here.
There's rich guys.
But we'll start with Lily Taylor. She plays JoJo. And the movie essentially starts with her wedding. So we get to see Vincent Philip D'Onofrio. He plays Bill. He's a lobster guy. He's a boater.
He's a huge man.
He's gigantic.
I knew Vincent D'Onofrio was a big guy. Like, you see him, he's Kingpin now.
Yeah.
And he has presence, but I always thought that was kind of just him acting. I don't know. Like, people can act and seem bigger than life.
Yeah,
I always thought that was kind of him.
I'm only 5'3", but I'm such a big person.
Damn, you're good.
I know, thanks.
Here's your Oscar.
But, we see him waiting up at the altar, and we see Daisy and Kat come down the aisle. They're the bridesmaids, and we see his groomsmen come down. And then we start to see JoJo come down the aisle, and you can tell just from her face that she's having a bit of a panic attack. Like, she's a little overwhelmed. And we get, like, this first-person shot through the veil of all the people coming up to her and, like right in her face as she's coming down the aisle. It's, like, very claustrophobic feeling.
There was a part of this that really kind of drew me out of the moment and ticked me off a lot. One of the guys waves at her. Did you catch this? And he is missing a pinky.
No.
Like, down to the nub. He's got the thumb, 3 fingers, no pinky.
Yeah.
And I rewound it about 3 times. And I was like, is that guy, like, is it missing? And then I realized none of the fingers are moving. And I'm like, I think it's a prosthetic hand.
Probably got taken off by a lobster
and
or something.
I'm like, you know what? You're probably right.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay. There's something here. Like, there's mobster shit or something going on. Maybe he's in the Yakuza. Who knows?
Was he Asian?
The Connecticut... No, he wasn't. But, the Connecticut Yakuza.
Is there a Portuguese mafia?
Possibly, because this guy was missing a pinky. Never seen again in the rest of this movie. And the whole time, I'm like, when are we getting back to this guy's hand?
Wow.
It was very prominent that this guy was missing a finger.
You're just grasping for straws. But she gets up to the altar and the priest gives this whole to love and to hold and cherish for the rest of your lives. She passes out. And that's the end of that. We cut right to the pizza shop and we get to kind of see, it's ran by a woman named Leona, who is played by Conchita Ferrell.
Yes.
She's, I think, mostly known, at least I know her most, as the nanny from 2.5 Men, which I never even watched that show, but I just know her from clips that I've seen.
That's a hospital show. Like, it's there's
it's always in the hospitals. Yeah,
if you're in a hospital, it's just like
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. I've never seen an episode that wasn't inside of a hospital.
Created by the same guy, so that
makes sense.
Chuck Lorre,
yeah, just total hits for the ICU.
And but she's Leona. She runs the pizza shop, and all the girls work there. We get to see Kat and Daisy are at work, and they kind of give you like an idea in this scene who they both are. Daisy, she gets the attention of all the guys. I mean, she comes out like every guy in the restaurant staring at her, and you see Kat kind of like rolls her eyes at this. Like she, one's like kind of like the party girl sister who's out and about a lot, and then Kat is studious. She's into astronomy.
Yeah, she's very bookish.
She likes classical music. She's going to Yale in like the summer.
And they make it pretty apparent fast that they both have a chip on their shoulder about the other person.
Yeah, well, because Daisy is kind of held to this, not held to a standard, but kind of when you have two kids and one's a straight A student and a go-getter and the other one isn't. The parents, why can't you be more like your sister? Why can't you be more like your sister? And then Kat is kind of the opposite, looking at her like, I kind of want what she has. Like she's
exactly
so confident and attractive, and all the guys are interested in her, and she doesn't necessarily have that. JoJo comes into work, and she's not supposed to be there, and they ask her why she's there, and she says that her dad's pretty upset that he blew $5,000 on a wedding just for her to pass out.
That is like. That barely gets you a rental hall nowadays.
Yeah.
Like my wedding was pretty fucking fantastic for $8,000, and I had to beg, borrow, and steal everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. But we find out that like they didn't, after she passed out, they did not get married. Like and she kind of says like she doesn't know if she's ready yet. And Bill walks into the restaurant to speak to her, and he takes her outside, and they make up pretty quick. But then he's immediately kind of like, all right, well then like let's set another date. And she's just, okay, but, just give me a little bit of time to figure things out. Like, you can tell she's not pot committed to this whole wedding thing.
I mean, they kind of call it on her at the end. She's dick drunk. Like, she's...
Did you see 1988's Vincent D'Onofrio, CJ? He's a good-looking man.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of call her number on it in this movie. And when they do, I'm like... Fuck, they're right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she wants him physically.
There's a great line. He drops a great line on her later. I'm going to save for later, but it was one of my favorite things in the movie. We go back into the restaurant, and Kat is going to, well, actually, I don't think she wants to, but they have to take her mom a pizza. Her mom works on, like, the docks. Like, she's out there chopping up crabs and stuff. Like, I don't know, she's like a fishmonger.
She puts rubber bands on lobsters.
Okay.
Which made me think, shit, somebody has to do that.
Or you lose a pinky.
Yeah, you only have ever seen lobsters already rubber banded, and you're like, well, I guess they don't put those on before they get out of the ocean.
They don't come from the ocean like that.
Makes sense, right?
But Daisy kind of pawns it off, and she's like, well, I already have to be like here, and I'm babysitting later, and all this stuff. And she's like, you got to take this to mom. We find out that Kat has a lot of jobs. Like, she's a very busy 18-year-old kid.
In the 80s, it was very easy to get cocaine.
But she drives her little scooter, and she drops it off.
I like she drives down a street, then she's on a dock, and then she's on another street for some reason, and then she's on another... I was like, they just shot this all out of order.
Just bad editing. But she drops off... She drops off the pizza to her mom, and we get to see her mom kind of, it's like, hey, do you got a boyfriend yet? And kind of giving her a little bit of a hard time about, which is weird to me, because mom, it seems like really anti the other daughter dating, but this is like the only time in the movie she really prods Kat to have a boyfriend. Yeah. But it's just... She's
got two daughters that are completely other end zones from each other. Nobody's playing down the middle.
Yeah. But we see, so from here, she goes to this house to meet the people that she's babysitting for. It's a guy named Tim. He's got a little girl named Phoebe. And with a little bit of exposition, we find out that Tim's wife has gone away to England for a few weeks, and that he just needs a babysitter, like short term, while the mom's away to help him out. He's an architect, and he's helping remodel this like big, almost like a historical landmark type house in town. And so we see Kat meet the daughter. The daughter's a little shy at first, but she immediately gets her to warm up to her. You can tell she's like good at her job. She's a good babysitter. Dad sees this and is like, all right, like when can you start? And immediately she's pretty much hired. Then we get to see Daisy, JoJo, Bill, and Bill's nameless friend out at like the local dive bar, which this place looked like a good time, honestly.
This place...
The Peg Leg Pub, I think it was called, like a fishing village pub.
I noticed one weird thing about this.
What's that?
Everybody in this pub kept their coat on.
Well, it was
it's
fall.
a little weird.
It was
but
fall.
I mean, I'd take my coat off when I go indoors.
The windows were open. I don't.
Let me ask you something though.
Okay.
Buffalo chicken pizza, like you good with it?
I love it.
Fucking A,
Dipping
right?
it in ranch.
Oh man, blue cheese. I'm a big blue cheese guy.
I love blue cheese, but if I'm dipping pizza in it, it's got to be ranch. That's how I feel. I don't know. But you know what? I've never tried blue cheese on buffalo chicken pizza, so maybe I should.
What you doing later?
Probably eating a buffalo chicken pizza with blue cheese. But they're out for a night out, and we see this guy pull up in a convertible with this like very white bread, like preppy guy. It's like 80s preppy, like this is the guy that like rolls in and tries to shut down the ski resort because he wants to open condominiums, like in any other 80s movie. And he rolls in with like, if you think this guy's white, the people he's with are like the whitest of whites. Like he's got 2 girls with him and another guy, and they're all just very like, their names are like Muffy and
this is Buffy
and Pennyworth, Penny.
I love those names,
Mr. Penny Farthing.
Those names that, depending on how much money is your bank account, you're either a stripper or very rich. Like it is Muffy, Buffy, things like that. Yeah.
But they roll into the bar and
don't take their coats off the whole time.
Daisy notices the main preppy guy. We find out later his name's Charlie. But she's kind of like checking him out. And he comes into the bar and he's like not as stuffy as the other 3. Like it's odd to begin with that they're at this bar, but he seems to feel a little more home in places like this. And he immediately wants to like get some action going. He says, he wants to start making bets. So he goes up to one of the local guys and he says, "I bet you $10 I can hit 3 bullseyes in a row with darts." And the guy's like, "Let's make it interesting. Let's make it 50. You take a shot at tequila between each one." So
which seems like really tilting the fucking scale immediately.
See, I thought about this, and you're not timed. Like, the tequila's not going to hit you right away.
True.
You might be really drunk after you hit the 3 bullseyes, like 20 minutes later, but you could do that and be fine. It wouldn't affect, I don't think, your motor skills or your aim at all.
And this is where I won't hide. I fucking like Charlie. He's one of my favorite characters in this movie.
I like him too.
He's great.
Yeah,
he's great from beginning to end. And this scene is perfect because he gets into a bar. What he realizes is he doesn't fit in.
Yeah.
They're already getting eyed up. If he fucks up, he's going to get his ass beat and his Porsche stolen.
Yeah.
So he goes up and he starts like a little minor conflict. Let's play darts. Let me give you this outrageous thing. Hits 2 bullseyes, one after the other.
Yeah.
Nothing's stopping him from hitting that 3rd bullseye. He could do that anytime. He loses on purpose.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
So that he gives somebody $50 and already they feel like, not indebted to him, but like, hey, this is my guy. Like, he just hooked me up with $50.
I think you're making up your own movie here. I don't think that's what happened at all.
I had to. It's so fucking boring, man.
He's throwing these darts.
This movie had me just multiple times. I had to stop and go, oh, I'm not even thinking about this. I wasn't looking at my phone. I'm just blankly staring into the ether and had to rewind a scene and watch it again.
But he's throwing the darts. He does a shot of tequila, throws 1, hits it. Shot of tequila, throws 2, hits it. Shot of tequila. Goes to throw the 3rd and looks over and sees Julia Roberts giving him the eyes. And I think that this is what flusters him and makes him miss the 3rd one. I think it's because of her.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, because they made a big point of like him seeing her and then kind of like gulp, like the big like, that's a good looking lady right there.
I don't think, because I think he's smart enough to know if he would have bilked one of the locals out of $50, he would have had to leave that bar fast.
Maybe.
Like that guy would have fucked him up in the lot.
Maybe. But they do say that like it's a big tourist town, so they get a lot of out-of-towners. So, I mean, they're probably used to this.
There is nothing better than the local bar in a big tourist town.
Yeah.
Like when you find that you've been to New Orleans.
Oh,
like we always talk about that.
I love the side street bars.
Yeah,
like, those
you
are
find that
than...
little bar where it's like the restaurant workers are at.
Yeah.
That's the one you want to be
absolutely. But then he says, all right, well, let's play some pool. And he goes over to play pool. And the people he's with, like he's got, like I said, they have 2 girls with him and then it's him and a buddy. And it's like his date, their dates. And they're both kind of like, ooh, pool. Like the one will play, the other one's just kind of not into it. So he sees Daisy standing against a pole, and he's like, hey, do you play? And she goes, yeah, I play a little bit. And they start playing, and the one, Charlie goes first, and then, it's the other guy's turn. He goes, and then the other girl goes, and she misses immediately. This is the douchiest. The guy he's with is like, it's all right, babe. That's why we play boy-girl. It kind of evens things out. And Daisy has this look, and then she runs the fucking table. Like, just...
Oh, yeah.
Everything. Like, sinks everything. the date is like obviously frustrated because she can kind of see there's a bit of chemistry between Charlie and Daisy, and
Well, probably because he hasn't stopped staring at her since he walked in the door.
exactly. And she's like, I know what you are. You're a hustler. You're a hustler. Like that's what you are.
They didn't put any money down.
Yeah, I know. And they have to leave now because this girl's upset, so they leave. We see like a quick scene.
It was easy for them to leave
What's that?
because they still had their fucking coats on.
That's
I mean,
correct.
winter jackets. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't know. Maybe it was too much to. I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know. I can't.
I gotta dwell on something here.
I can't justify this at all. We see like a quick scene at the house where Daisy is trying on like this really nice, like fancy dress, and she comes downstairs to show Kat, and she sees it was like $160 dress, which in '88 I'm sure was even. I mean, I wouldn't spend $160 on one piece of clothing now.
Yeah.
In '88, that was probably a boatload of money. And Kat's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm going to return it after I wear it. I'm just going to wear it somewhere," and kind of gives like a sly look. Like I think she's expecting to see Charlie again. That's how it seems. Kat drops off. She was babysitting the little girl Phoebe, and she takes her back to the house. And the dad shows her around. This is the house that he's remodeling, and he takes her up on this balcony and tells her this like.
Before he does, and I think you're right. I think I was just trying to watch a different movie the entire time because he tells the little girl, "Why don't you go play on the porch?" And then turns around and specifically says, "Do not leave the porch, whatever you do."
Yeah.
And I immediately wrote down, "Little girl gonna die."
Oh, I was thinking the same thing.
And I was like, "How's it gonna happen? Is she gonna drown in the?" I like 4 minutes later had to rewind the scene again because I'm thinking about like, fuck, am I gonna have to see this little girl die? Like it's gonna be like mermaids all over
It
again.
did seem weird because he told her, he said, "You know the rule, don't leave the porch." And then he said, "All right, we're going upstairs. Do not leave the porch."
Yes.
Nothing happens. He takes Kat upstairs and he shows her around, and it's he takes her out on like a widow's walk kind of thing where like, you know, out in these seaside towns have this little balcony that is outside in the second floor. He tells her this like romantic story about how like the guy built the house and him and his wife were there, but then it ended tragically because the wife went off to England, and on her boat ride back, the boat sank and they never found her. And at this point, I think this is foreshadowing because this guy's wife is in England.
Yes.
Again, no payoff to this.
None at all. Matter of fact, they make multiple references to the idea that there's some problems going on in the marriage. There's a possible divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, and you can tell, like, Kat is interested in this guy. Like, he tells her, like, he was an ex-Yale, or not ex, I mean, I guess if you went to Yale, you're not an ex-Yale, but a former student of Yale, graduate. She's going to Yale. A lot of the same interests. He's like an older man, but
Yeah.
not, I mean, he's definitely older. He's 30. She's probably about 18, I'm guessing.
I don't even think, is she even that old?
She's getting ready to go to college. So,
oh, yeah. So
and she's starting
17,
late.
18, 19.
Yeah, she's starting late. So I would say she's about 18. But there's clearly like a little bit of at least interest on her end when it comes to this Tim fella. We see a scene after this where all the girls, Daisy, JoJo, and Kat, are visiting Bill's boat on the dock. And she's telling, you know, JoJo's telling him, "Oh, he named it after me." And the boat says JoJo on the side of it. And they steal Bill's...
Last week it was the Kelly.
They steal Bill's beer. He's got like a six-pack.
Cool idea.
Floating in the water.
Yeah, he has it tied off and just
that's a
slumped
boat
under
thing.
the boat, I guess, staying cool in the water.
That's a boat thing. And then they just... This is just kind of like them bonding and walking around the docks, talking a little bit.
I will say, I enjoyed the scenes where it's the three of them together.
I thought everybody in this movie had like pretty good chemistry. Like as far as it felt like they were friends and knew each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. We get a scene of Charlie, the preppy guy, is like in Daisy's home with her mom, talking to her about like their house, and he's like, "Oh, you know, my dad has an old house, and you know, I really like this place." And Daisy comes home, and it turns out this guy just found her somehow. Like he researched, he dug around because he wanted to see her again.
Yeah, this wasn't back in the Google days. Like he put in some effort.
He probably just went back to the bar and was like, "Hey, that girl that was shooting pool with, like, what's her name?" It's a small town. It probably wouldn't be that hard.
Here's $50
to find her. He's come to take her out on a date. So she goes and she puts on this nice dress that she was wearing earlier. And they go for a drive.
In the Porsche,
Which gets a flat tire. And then there's like kind of a funny scene, I thought, where, you know, they're trying to hitchhike at this point. and he's like throwing the thumb out, and people are just flying by. And then Daisy's like, here, let me try it. And she fluffs up her hair, and she gets out there and, strikes a sexy pose, and the cars keep flying by. And then at one point, he just goes out and kind of mocks her and like flips up his hair and stuff, and then just drops his pants around his ankles. So he's just like in his underwear. And a car stops with like 3 women in it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's a guy outside of a Porsche with his pants around his ankles. Like,
that's true.
Why not?
I
would pull over just to hear the fucking story. I'd be like, did you lose your tire and your belt?
And then he takes her out for a nice dinner at a restaurant right off the boat dock, and he's kind of showing off. He's not even showing off, because she asks, which one of these boats is yours? He's like, well, my dad's boat's actually that giant yacht over there. And then they make out, as you do when you find out your new boyfriend has a giant yacht.
It's weird, because he's obviously well off, and he's not hiding it, but he's not like a douche about it.
No, he's not. He's not like, he doesn't like, throw his money around.
Yeah, he's like, I have a Porsche because my dad gave me a Porsche, and I'm not going to give away a free Porsche.
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn my nose at that.
Right. I'm going to give you a little peek inside my brain here, because my next note, it says, Kat also works at the Star Museum. Do you know why I wrote that? Because for the life of me, I couldn't think of the term planetarium. So as a placeholder, I wrote she works at the Star Museum.
I love this.
She works at a planetarium because she's super into astrology and the stars. And the dad that she's babysitting for, Tim, and the daughter come to visit, and she sees them, and she starts kind of like flubbing her lines, because she's the one that explains like, this is Cassiopeia.
Yeah, she splooshes over this guy pretty early.
Yeah,
like she's all about it, and it's obvious.
Yeah, she's like, this is the Big Dipper, and this is, oh my God, there he is. And she just loses her fucking mind.
In that exact tone.
Yeah. But that's like a real quick scene. Like, then they just go to leave, and she walks out with them, and she kind of apologizes for flubbing her lines. And he's like, oh no, we had a really good time. It was nice to come see the Star Museum.
Yeah. So she immediately looks at the kids like, how would you like a new mom?
Yeah. We find out that at the restaurant, Leona is talking about how, because Mystic is such a tourist town, and that all their business comes during the tourist season, and she's like, if things keep going the way they're going, like, we're not going to make it through the slow season when the tourists all disappear. And they're watching on TV. There's this guy. His name's the Fireside Gourmet. He's like this real like snooty, 4-star review, fine dining guy who goes to different restaurants and then gives his opinion.
And it seems like the fun of it is that he just shits all over wherever he's eating.
Yeah. And
with very eloquently, but just destroys them.
Yeah. And the girls are all like, well, what if we got him to come here and review the restaurant? He'd love it. We have the best pizza. And she's like, oh no, I don't want that guy here at all. And we find out from here, too, that whatever is in the pizza...
Oh, I got theories.
God damn it. It's a big,
I know you did, too.
It's a big secret. And she'll never give up, like, the secret recipe for the sauce. But eventually, like, when she retires, her plan is to give it to at least one of the girls, and then they can keep on making the pizza and keep the tradition alive. She's
got, like, a basement full of Oompa Loompas making pizza sauce. Again, as soon as I find out there's a secret thing and she's not, I just like my brain just is like, all right, well, let's go watch this movie instead.
A terrible feeling our chick flicks and dick flicks are going to be the same.
No, because I already knew what it was going to be, so I've changed it up.
All right, good. We see Kat with the little girl again, Phoebe, at the house, and she's combing her hair, and she says that, she says, oh, my mom usually combs my hair. She goes, I know. And then she kind of says,
I'm your mommy now.
Well, the little girl kind of alludes to the fact that, like, the mom lives in England now. And she's like, no, your mom's coming home. And then the little girl goes, I know, we're not getting a divorce. And I'm like, oh, it's a rocky marriage. Like, she did leave.
Little girl doesn't know the word divorce unless she's heard the word divorce.
Yeah, like, the dad, the dad just isn't telling anybody that they're split up. But they're split up. This is the impression that I got.
And now this dad, what's his name? Tyler?
Tim.
Mikey? Tim. This guy's an enigma, man. Half the time he is shown on screen, I'm like, I don't get it. And then the other half, like, he turns around and the light hits him a different way. And I'm like, oh shit, I get it.
He's like, an angel.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's like both extremely photogenic and not photogenic at all at the same time. He's like Schrodinger's douchebag. Like, I don't know. It was driving me nuts.
Yeah, but, And
how do you feel, like, deep dish or thin?
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Jets, right? Jets Pizza.
I love Jets Pizza, which is like a Detroit deep dish.
Yeah.
I've had Chicago deep dish. deep dish when done well, I really enjoy. I enjoy all forms of pizza, really.
Yeah, I guess it is like the the old saying, pizza and sex, even bad is good.
Yeah. Like I mean, I've never had a slice of pizza that I was just like, ugh, get this away from me. Like I'll finish it.
Yeah.
Every time. It might not be as good as others, but I'll finish it. But Kat goes to leave, and the dad comes out, and he's like, oh, it got cold on the way. Like, let me take off my sweater for you and give you my sweater. And it's kind of he's feeling it too. There's definitely a flirtation happening.
I think this is like, I don't know. I don't like to just throw the word grooming around, but this is like a move right here. He's judging her. He's like, I'm going to give her this sweater. I'm going to show off the abs for a quick second, hand her this sweater.
He's wearing a shirt under it. It's tucked in.
Oh, it pops up.
No, it was the 80s. It was all tucked.
And
no abs
but he wants to see how she's reacting to that.
You think that's what it was?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was just being nice because
she
it's cold
melts.
Out. She does melt. She gets back to the house, and she sees Daisy getting dropped off by Charlie in the Porsche, and they're kissing next to the car, and you can kind of see her wanting that, like, that kind of relationship, or at least, wanting just a guy to be interested in her.
Yeah.
They go inside, and Daisy sees the sweater and asks about it, and she tells him, and Daisy's immediately like, oh, this guy's putting the moves on you. Like, this seems a little suspicious.
Like this, she knows.
Yeah, this seems a little suspicious.
Daisy's been there before. She's got a whole drawer full of sweaters.
she also has a drawer full of rubbers, because she comes back out and she's like, just in case, and she throws like a box of condoms, in case the dad is up to something.
Which in the 80s, that was like the sure sign of being a slut. Like nowadays, if I had kids that age, I'd be like, you're taking all of the condoms. Like, just wear them.
Well, you were raised by the condom lady. So
that is true.
It's in your blood.
Like, yeah. I mean, you wear those even when you're not having sex. Just keep one around. You never know.
Back at the restaurant, everybody's looking for JoJo, and they can't find her. And then we find out that she's in the ladies' room with Bill, and they're basically having sex while she's working. We find out that, like, JoJo is all about just doing it all the time. Because 1988's D'Onofrio was a real fucking snack. That's why. Just a big, handsome man.
Just keeps hitting his head off a door frame.
Big, handsome man. Charlie takes Daisy to the house that his parents own, like a vacation home, essentially, like in the area. But they don't have any power, because he says, like, when they're not there, they don't keep the power on. And she's like, well, you're here. And he's like, yeah, but he doesn't really want to acknowledge that. He's been telling her that he is on a break from school. He's going to law school.
These people are loaded. You can tell because there's sheets on everything.
Yeah. And I
barely have sheets on the bed, and that's where they're supposed to be.
She says to him, like, do you bring all the townies here? Like, do you pick up a lot of girls? And he's like, no, you're actually the first one I've ever brought here. And he's like, it's nice, actually. And he's like, are you having a good time? And he turns around, and she's gone, but just her shoe is on the couch. So he gets up, he picks up her shoe, and he starts walking, and there's basically a trail of clothing, like, leading him up to one of the bedrooms.
This happened so fast that, like, I don't know, if there was an Olympics for seduction, this is the gold right here. Like, it was seconds later, she is buck naked in another room of the house. Buck naked. Has figured out where the parents' bedroom is.
She's in his parents' room wearing one of his dad's shirts.
Yeah. Although that would be a little bit much. But, like, all my dad's shirts were, like, old Leonard Skinner and Kiss shirts.
Mine, too. Well, Leonard Skinner, for sure.
Matter of fact, if a girl came out pantsless wearing a Leonard Skinner shirt, I think it would probably... I'd probably go soft. I don't think I can deal with that.
I think I kind of like it. But she goes up, and then they end up sleeping together. And then afterwards, he has that... Now that we've slept together, let me tell you my dirty secret. Because he tells her that, he's not taking a break from law school. He actually got kicked out because he cheated on an exam. And she tells him, I'm glad you told me, but, you shouldn't have lied to me. Don't ever do it again. And he says, what, cheat or lie? And she goes, both. Like, don't do any of those, and we'll be fine. Like, everything's good.
Yeah, simple rules.
Mm-hmm. We see Kat babysitting again. And this guy has, like, a nice, like, nautical telescope in this house that he's staying in. So she's taking it outside, and she's looking at the stars. And he gets home, and he offers her, like, he's like, do you want a soda or a juice? And she goes, how about some wine? She's like, she's starting to plant the seeds now, too.
He does not hesitate.
Like, well, I mean, that's true, and she's definitely not 21.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah, I mean, she's
of legal age for, like, other things.
It's a good argument she's over 18. Definitely not 21.
Yeah, no, she's definitely not 21. But he gets her the glass of wine, and they're talking about the stars, and, like, she's, they're flirting. Like, she's putting it out there. He's taking it right back and shooting it back at her, and there's definitely a mutual interest here.
Oh, for sure.
As it were. We see JoJo and Bill.
What if he was just like, he pulled her close and he's like, so what's your sister's deal?
Oh, jeez. We see JoJo and Bill again, and they're like getting ready to like basically go at it on a living room floor somewhere. We find out it's JoJo's parents' house.
We get a real disappointed Jesus in this scene.
It's great. Bill is on top of her and like starting to like undress her, and he keeps looking up at this like it's like ceramic light up Jesus.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I can't do this with him watching. Like can't.
That little statue is owning that entire living room. Like, if I was in that living room just praying, I would feel nervous in front of that thing.
He's like, I can't do this. And he starts talking again about like, I want a commitment. Like he's seeing this Jesus thing, and he's like, we're in love. Like we should be married. Like, you know, we're having all this sex and we're not married. It's against the Lord's will. And he tries to leave, and she gets him by the front door, and she like unzips his pants and like gets down on her knees in front of him, and like he's like, no, I want a commitment. And she goes, if you say that one more time, I'm going to scream. And he does, and then she screams, and then all the lights come on, and her mom and dad are just standing there.
Here goes some very angry Portuguese people.
His shirt's all the way undone, and his pants are around his ankles. And he's
also, like, you're getting freaky on the living room floor in front of Jesus with mom and dad right upstairs. Like, that's a move right there. I don't know if I'd be able to commit to that.
It's absolutely a move. But Bill, like, he's like very apologetic. He's trying to apologize to the mom and dad. The dad is like trying to get across the kitchen table to like murder this man. The mom's trying to hold him back, and it's just this big like fracas.
Meanwhile, he looks terrified of dad, and he is easily twice this man's size in every direction.
Oh my god, yeah. D'Onofrio is twice the size of anyone in this movie.
Yeah,
like there's nobody even close to this guy's stature.
Like I said, I had no idea it was this big.
He's a giant of a man.
I guess I've seen him in other movies, but like, what's the one that was right before this that he was really famous?
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. Yeah. He's surrounded by Marines.
Yeah.
So he looks like a normal human being.
And also, he put on a ton of weight for that and got all doughy, and he's like always like kind of hunched over and just looks kind of crazy. Like in this, he's just big, statuesque, a handsome son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's here to rep
Like I found out two things watching this movie. I got a crush on Lily Taylor, and I might have a crush on 1988's Vincent D'Onofrio. But the next day, the girls are out like walking near the pier, and JoJo's telling them all the story about what almost happened. And we also find out from Daisy that Charlie's out of town for the weekend. He went up to Greenwich to visit his grandmother. This will come into play a little bit later.
Nice fella.
Yeah, he's a nice fella. Bill comes driving by on the boat, and this was kind of a dick move by Bill, because the boat was called the JoJo. Well, he's put a big sign over top of it that just says Nympho now.
Yeah, and I don't know what his play was here. Like, because he yells out to her. He's like, look what I did!
Yeah. Like,
don't you like this?
And, like, all the guys in the boat are laughing. And she, like, screams at him. And she's like, I told you I don't want to get married. The answer's no. And she goes in this big tirade. And then Bill just keeps on cruising. And, like, this big gaggle of tourists all give her, like, a round of applause for, like, her yelling at him.
Kind of an odd scene. Yeah, this was the only scene that was shot in actual, like, Mystic.
Yeah. Everything else is kind of like surrounding areas. So, you know, she's pissed off about the whole Nympho thing. So we see the girls out at the bar that night while Bill's inside, and they're stealing his truck. So they steal his fishing truck. And it's got all, like, the buckets of fish guts and stuff in the back.
Yeah, they make a few references. It's a cool old truck.
Yeah.
I'd love to have this truck.
Yeah, but every time they're in it, Daisy's always saying how it smells like disgusting and it smells like
she's
fish.
like, what are you hauling in here, fish? And he's like, yeah, that's what I do.
It says right on the side of the truck. Like,
I spend all day on a boat getting fish, then I put them in the truck, and I spend most of my night moving those fish places.
Yeah. But they steal the truck and they take it to the country club, and they're sitting outside on a golf court, and they start dancing. You know, JoJo and Daisy like start to do I think they say they want to do the jitterbug or something, because they're inside. There's like a big like hoity-toity white tie or black tie affair.
Yeah.
For all the country club people, they're playing music, and they get up and they start dancing.
I gotta say, music in this movie, for the most part, terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Not great.
I mean, the only good music, I think, was when they steal the truck and they're singing Respect by Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Like, that I enjoyed.
That's what made me think of this, is I'm like, yeah, that's probably the only song in this movie that I respected in any way. Because this was back in the 80s when they had the really forced in like background music at all times, and it was just bad pan flute and bad jazz guitar. Ooh. So how do you feel about like large flatbreads, like the kind you get at fancy restaurants?
That's my least favorite
You're
pizza.
paying like $25 for 4 slices.
That's my least favorite pizza. I've had some good ones.
Yeah, like goat cheese is awesome. But like, I don't know. Sometimes I just want pepperoni. Like just you have the goat cheese on there for $25 and then give me a pepperoni option for 10.
Yeah. I mean, I've had some good flatbreads, but that's not my go-to. Usually I don't get a flatbread at a restaurant. It's not my.
It's good to hear that we're so on the same wavelength.
We've been doing this for over a year. But as they're dancing, Kat is like kind of the odd girl out, and she's just kind of walking around, and she looks into the country club, and she sees Charlie. He's not out of town. He's there with some like good-looking girl.
Yeah.
And
was this the same girl from the beginning?
No, this
is a different
girl.
This is Miffy.
And we find out who this girl is. Did you really zone out? So,
no, I did.
So she's like, let's get out of here. She doesn't want them to see, but then Daisy sees it. So she grabs the keys and she grabs Bill's truck and she backs it all the way up to the convertible, the Porsche convertible. She gets out and dumps the entire barrel of fish into this guy's Porsche as he's coming out. And he's like, what are you doing? Like, what the hell? And she starts screaming at him and he's like, listen, let me introduce you to my sister. And she's like, you were supposed to be visiting your grandmother. He goes, yeah, she had a headache. I just got back into town. I called your house to see what you were doing. You weren't there, obviously, because you're out here. And I tried. Like, I tried to get a hold of you. Like, I didn't do anything wrong, and he didn't.
Now, this is the only time for him that I'm like, I don't get this guy at all, because this was his warning.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
When you barely know a woman, and she fills your car with dead fish, that was your chance to be like, oh, okay, I'm dodging a bullet here. Like, I need to walk away from this situation right now because she is not stable. Mm-hmm. Like, she does not look for all the clues before she just goes in guns a-blazing, and it's time to go.
Yeah.
And he's just like, this is awesome. Now I've got a ruined Porsche and the woman of my dreams.
Yeah, he definitely, because she's like, she says to him, she goes, I fucked up. And he's like, yeah, but you gave it 100% effort. And she even says to him, she goes, you're weird. And he goes, I'm weird. You just dumped fish guts all in my car. Yeah. Then he asks for a ride home, and they oblige. Joe goes to the docks like early the next morning before Bill leaves on the boat with all of his guys to go fishing again. And he took down the Nympho thing off the boat, and he apologizes, and she tells him, my sister and her husband are going out of town, so I have their apartment for 3 days. Like, why don't you come over? 3 days to ourselves at this place. And he's like, I don't want that. He's like, I want to get married. I don't want to be like just banging all over the place. That's basically what he says. And this is where the line.
This is where you're like, put me in the game, coach.
This is the line where he goes, I love you and all you love is my dick, is what he says to her. Like, he's just like tired of being used like a piece of meat.
I actually have that written down. All you love is my dick. Yeah. So it was a little bit out of the blue with that line.
It was. I'll tell you, there's a few, like, they drop a few F-bombs in this movie, and there's for what this movie is, I felt like the language was a little progressive.
I'd go with that.
For like a 1988 like chick flick.
They're purposefully kind of going against tradition. I mean, that's the whole idea. Is they're, instead of getting married, they're just fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And I do like D'Onofrio in this because like he's set up to not be like the brightest guy.
Yeah.
But he's still somebody you could be like, that guy deserves a good life.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like he's not an idiot. He's just like, he knows where he is. Yeah. I'm going to be a fisher for the rest of my life. That's it.
Yeah. But he says he's done. Like he basically breaks up with her and then sails off with all of his fishing buddies.
Great way to break up.
What's she going to do? Get in the water?
Yeah, was she going to drop a bucket of fucking fish on that thing?
It's a great way. It's a great mic drop moment. There's no way to continue that argument. You're just done. She shows up to work and they're all like, you're 3 hours early. Like, what is going on? And she starts telling them that, like, her and Bill broke up, but she's painting it as if she broke up with him. But you can tell, like, she's slowly starting to crack and breaking down.
She's manic.
And she's she's just kind of having a conversation with herself. She's like, I'll be fine. I can do this. I can do this. And then she's like, but I love him. I love him so much, but I just don't want to marry him. I'm not ready to marry him. Then we see Kat is with the babysitting guy again. And she asks, like, she asks him what his wife's like. She starts kind of prying around about the wife. And he just kind of talks like, things aren't great in his life. Like, he talks about how he went to Yale and he was just like her, full of all this, like, love and passion for things, and then just, life kind of beat him down is basically the impression you get.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like this guy.
I know he's.
I mean, not even just for the obvious reasons. I don't know. I just don't like him.
I don't either. He's probably the only unlikable character in this movie, if I'm being honest. Well, I mean, there are other like smaller characters that you can like easily not like. But
sure, I'm not a big fan of Mom. Like their mom,
yeah,
she always seems like a pain. Always picking a scab for no reason.
Yeah. But then we see Daisy's at work, and she's waiting for Kat to come in for her shift so she can leave, because she's supposed to have dinner with Charlie and his parents. And she just hasn't shown up. And then we see that Kat is still with this Tim guy and his daughter, and they're like watching a movie together. They're listening to classical music together. And she's like staying there. Like she's not going to work like she's supposed to be. She's just spending time with this guy.
She's doing like Susie Homemaker stuff.
Yeah.
Living in weird fantasy.
Yeah. Charlie, shows up to pick up Daisy, and she tells him, she can't go and what's going on. And he's very nice about it. He's like, it's fine. Like, we can have dinner with my parents another night. I understand. We'll still do it. It's fine. And he ends up leaving. Then Kat finally shows up at the pizza parlor. And, Kat's apologizing, and she says, I said I was sorry. Why are you still being such a bitch about it? And she tells her, she's like, I was supposed to meet Charlie's parents.
Yeah.
And Kat says, I completely forgot. I'm sorry.
So, Pizza Hut, Domino's, or Papa John's? What's...
None?
None? Really?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I probably got to go Papa John's. But that guy's
little pepperoni.
But that guy's a douche, though.
Oh, is
so,
he?
like, I don't even get pizza from there.
Let's go Little Caesars, because that guy was actually like a hero.
Little Caesars, the hot and readies.
Yeah. Not only does he do $5 pizzas, but did you ever hear about him and Rosa Parks?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the guy that owned Little Caesars was like this crazy generous hero behind the scenes. And after he died, all these stories came out. Like when Rosa Parks, she was famous for what she did.
Yeah.
But that's not exactly a money-making venture, going against the man.
Yeah.
He paid for her rent for like the last 30 years of her life.
Really?
Like in a really nice condo sort of thing. Like he was just this super great guy. Yeah, let's go Little Caesars.
God bless you, Little Caesars.
Yeah, I mean, it is fucking pizza-flavored cardboard, but for $5?
I'm just saying, well, yeah, I mean, $5 can't beat it, but I'm more of a, mom and pop local pizza joint kind of. I got my favorites, you know. I don't do big chain pizza usually. But they get in this big fight, and basically Daisy kind of implies that, she's going to try to sleep with this guy, and why, he's a married man and all, and then Kat pretty much calls her a whore for sleeping around with, all these different guys, and Kat gets a big slap in the face.
Yeah.
And Daisy walks out. Kat asks JoJo to babysit for her, so the babysitter's getting a babysitter so she can hang out with the dad.
At this weird, creepy old ghost house.
Yeah, well, it's Halloween, and
guess what they eat there?
Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They go to this. Yeah, she takes a pizza from work, and they go to this house that he's remodeling because he told her the story about the guy whose wife died on her way back from England. And they say that like sometimes you can hear the guy out on the balcony still. And they're sitting down. They put a blanket out there up in the attic, and they're getting ready to eat this pizza, and they hear like this creaking. And it's like, oh my God, it's him.
Yeah.
And then they have sex because the ghost shit turns her on, apparently. Or turns him on. He makes a move as soon as the creaking starts happening.
He kind of pounces like a fucking leopard.
Yeah, he really does. They get back to the house, and it's pouring down rain, and he like gets out of the car and grabs her up and puts his coat over her head, and they run in the front door, and they're kind of laughing and giggling, his arms around her. And then immediately we see the wife is home. She came home early, and she sees like this.
Nikki!
And JoJo covers for her. Like, she's like, oh, is your mom okay? I told her you had to go get the medication.
What a pal.
What a friend. Like really.
She is fast. She is on it. Because she couldn't text ahead.
No.
So as soon as she walks through the door, she's like, is your mom okay?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a friend.
That's a good friend.
Like, that's somebody, you make sure you get them something good for their birthday.
That's Lily Taylor, my friend.
Yeah.
But she kind of covers for her. And the wife gets up and like introduces herself to Kat. She's heard a lot about her from the little girl.
Yeah, he's like, this is my wife, Nikki. And I wrote, oh shit, it's Nikki.
But you can tell, like, the wife is a little suspicious. Like, she's given, and he doesn't say a word. Like, he's basically just like, I'm just going to pretend like nothing's happening. Like, doesn't say anything more to Kat. Doesn't say anything. He pays JoJo for babysitting, and like that's it.
You do got to appreciate 80s like hairstyle and fashion, because they do make reference to the fact that these Nikki and Tim are 30 years old. They look like they're well into their 40s.
Oh yeah,
Like they look like church people, like deacons, and yeah.
absolutely. So Kat goes home and she's all broken up, and Daisy doesn't really see her come in, just hears her, and is kind of being shitty to her, and is like giving her shit through her bedroom door about using her stuff, and like still like they're fighting. And when she doesn't answer her back, she opens the door and realizes that she's like having a breakdown, and finds out what was going on. And she talks to her and kind of comforts her, and just the fight's over now. Like she realizes like there's more important things in life, and my sister's basically had her heart broken. And she, like, Kat says to her, like, he didn't even speak to me. Like, he didn't say a word. Like, it was like nothing ever happened. The next day...
what the fuck is he supposed to do?
Well, yeah.
I mean, he made a really dumb decision, but in
sure
that
did.
situation, like, he's in shock.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, I smell like sex and my wife's here.
I smell like sex and pizza.
Ooh.
He,
You ever done both at the same time?
no.
Sounds amazing. I don't know where I'd put my ranch, but...
I got ideas. The next day, I don't know if it's the next day or not, but they're at the restaurant, and you can tell Kat is just like despondent, like just totally out of it. At one point, she comes back to the back to grab a pizza off the counter to take out to a table, and she grabs the uncooked one that Leona had just like prepared and set on the table to go in the oven, and takes it out to a table of women, and they're all like correcting her mistakes and helping her out. And then they realize, like, she goes over to a table to serve it, and it's the Fireside Gourmet. It's that food critic guy.
Yep.
And he asks her for a pizza. And then he also asks for, like, a fresh glass of water, because somehow they brought him a glass of water with someone's dentures in it. So, like, immediately...
Well, they make reference at the very beginning. They when they're clearing the tables, she pulls up, and she's like, oh, Mr. Wilson left his dentures here
okay,
again.
that's right. So already off to not the best start with this food critic guy. Because he does, like, when we saw him on TV earlier, he, like, criticized the service quite a bit before he even got to criticizing the food. They take him out of pizza, and we see them all just watching him from afar. And he takes, like, one bite and kind of sniffs it, and you can't really tell what he's thinking. And then he calls for the check, and she comes over, and she's like, do you want a box to take the rest of the pizza? And he's like, no, that's not necessary. And then just gets up and walks out.
Yeah.
And I did.
Weird. Even bad pizza, I'd at least finish the slice.
But he gets up and like they're all like, "Oh, great, he hated it," you know, whatever. And Leona, the owner, one of my favorite lines. She goes, "Somebody ought to just ram a fried goat cheese up his ass." Let's see.
Well, that's her thing. She's a traditionalist because they want to start putting like goat cheese pizzas on the menu, and she's like, "No."
Yeah, like my pizza's great the way it is.
Yeah.
We finally get to see Charlie and his family have Daisy over for dinner, and it's like this just stuffy, like everybody just looks kind of a bore to be around. And
oh, these people seem awful,
but
especially
also,
Matt Damon.
Fucking Matt Damon! Like I remember when we rolled this, I looked it up and I was like, "Oh, Matt Damon's in this."
Yeah,
this was like his first film role ever. He plays Charlie's brother. His name, Steamer. Yeah. He's got like zero lines, one line, I think, where he asks, like,
how's you, mother? Wait, no, that's not right.
But during the dinner, like, first of all, the wait staff knows Daisy. Like, the girl that's helping is like another like Portuguese girl who like works as a server for this family. And the dad kind of like looks like unhappy that like she's a waitress, and the mom is saying how like, oh, you know, waitresses, that's a noble profession and all this stuff. And Charlie's just getting more and more mad about the way his family is being, like how they don't like her because she's not upper class, and they treat the help kind of shittily, and he ends up like snapping out and yelling at his dad.
He's kind of a dick about it. Like they are.
See, I'm on Charlie's side on this. Like I don't like he's just defending everybody that like deserves to be defended, in my opinion.
Yes, he takes it to a weird level, but she's also like Daisy's good with this. Yeah. I mean, it sucks, but she knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And she handles it. Like, she's like, look, we fucking work for rich people. It's like a little fishing town.
Yeah.
Like, we have to cater to tourists all the time. Like, I can eat some shoe here and still make it through this dinner, and then we're gonna go bang in your Porsche. Or, well, at this point, it's a Mercedes.
I think maybe like where it turns is when he kind of starts yelling at his dad and turns it around like to be about himself, because he says like, you know, I'm not good enough for you, and like I don't live up to your standards. But he gets up and like almost flips the table. Like he gets up and like throws shit around, like rips the tablecloth off.
He does a bad magic trick, man.
Yeah,
he tries to pull that tablecloth.
And they get outside, and Daisy's mad at him. Like she says, like, you're just using me basically to get back at your parents. Like you're not really interested in me. I'm more of like a chip, a bargaining chip or something to use to kind of like shove in your parents' face that you're like not going to be who they want you to be.
Yes.
Sort of thing. And they break up. The pizza shop, Tim and Phoebe show up. And Tim just shows up because he says that, you know, Phoebe wanted to say goodbye to Kat. And he still doesn't acknowledge anything. Doesn't say a word about like their relationship or what happened. But tries to give her money. Like gives her a check for Yale.
And did you get the call back?
Because she says something to her sister about, you know, maybe just have the guys pay you.
Yeah.
After you sleep
so
with them.
So she calls her sister like a prostitute, basically.
Yeah.
And then 2 scenes later.
This guy's bringing her a check after he had sex with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then like they just leave. And he doesn't say really much of anything. They go out and get in the car, and she looks out the window and sees that the wife is there. Like, this guy is just basically just spineless. Like, isn't happy in his marriage, doesn't want to be with his wife, but at the same time is just going to put up with it and do his thing.
I wrote down, oh shit, he paid her like a hoe. I was so checked out by this point.
But she goes back in the back, and she rips up the check, and the girls are like, what are you doing? Like, Yale is fucking expensive. Like, take this man's money.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'll find money another way. Like, I don't want his money.
I would have kept the money.
Then we see the Fireside Gourmets on TV. Like somebody calls out for all of them to come out into the restaurant area, and they watch the TV, and the guy gives them 4 stars. He says how great the pizza. He's like, I'm not a pizza guy. He's like, but this pizza was perfection. Like this was the most delicious pizza I've ever eaten in my life. Gives them 4 stars, and as soon as the show goes off the air, they start getting phone calls asking if they take reservations. Like the restaurant is saved, mind you. The entire time in this movie when they're like, oh, the restaurant's going to be in a lot of trouble, there's never a scene where there is not 20 people in this fucking restaurant.
This place is packed at all times.
It really is.
It's probably all the gold flakes she's using in that sauce.
Yeah. And then we cut to like Bill's truck. He's behind the wheel, and we hear JoJo, and she's saying like, I'm not going to lose my identity. Like, you know.
This was like a sudden hard cut.
It was. I didn't like this as much. I didn't understand it. But she's like, nothing is going to change. And he's like, yeah, except your last name, right? And she goes, yeah, my last name. And they pull back, and they're in like wedding gown. Like she's in a wedding gown. He's in a tux. Like they got married.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily like that part of the movie because like.
They're in his truck.
Yeah. They never showed them make up.
They're pulling away. Like people are there. Like it's weird.
They never explained why she decided she was okay with getting married again. Like, I don't know. But they end up having the reception at the pizza parlor. And there's like a scene, there's like 2 kids, which these 2 kids are in the beginning because
that's great.
During the initial wedding, they're standing back like behind the priest off to the left because I noticed them because the one kid looked like he was fucking completely checked out.
Yeah, they're altar
like,
boys.
I just noticed his face where he was like just staring off into space. Like this kid like was not ready to be in a movie. And then there's a scene of them at in the restaurant. One's got a beer in his hand, the other one's smoking a cigarette. And these kids are like 11, 12 maybe.
I love this. You see they cut past the bathroom, and the bathroom has honeymoon suite written on it.
Yeah. But then, like, you know, we see Daisy's in the kitchen with her mom getting things ready to take out, like bowls of ice cream for the cake and everything. And Charlie shows up, and he comes in and apologizes, and she kind of brushes him off at first. And then he's about to walk away, and she's like, do you like chocolate ice cream? And he's like, it's my favorite. And then she just hands him the scooper, and he starts scooping ice cream. So you can tell that, like, they're going to be okay. Like, she's forgiven him. Like, they're going to get back together.
I got to say, this wedding reception looks like a banger.
It looks like a great time.
Pizza at a wedding reception.
Why not?
I'd eat it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, like, the final scene is, you know, the girls are just out on the little front porch of the restaurant all together talking, and JoJo comes out with a bottle of champagne, and they're just drinking. And I think the last thing that's muttered is, I think JoJo says, what does Leona really put in that pizza?
Yeah, was this supposed to be a laugh line or something?
I was like, I didn't laugh. I was like, I don't know what the fuck does she put in that pizza. Roll credits.
Yeah.
That's the movie.
Wolf.
Thoughts, CJ? Grand gestures?
I compared this to two movies we've seen before. One was Girls Trip, where I heard a lot of people talk about it, and then when I saw it, I was like, I don't know. Like, what? Like, am I missing something here? And the other one was Before Sunrise, because I felt the same exact way today, leading up to talking about this, as I did before Sunrise, where I was like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? Like, this movie is just one scene into the next of the same thing going on over and over again.
Nothing really happens, but
Yeah, I mean, at least Before Sunrise, the whole time you're watching, you're like, okay, this is cinema. Like, this is artsy. I don't know what's going on.
So, in a way, like, I got what you were saying. Like, there isn't. I still feel like we had. I feel like I don't want to say a lot happens in this movie, but there is, like, we see like the phases of these relationships.
And I mean, JoJo gets married, but other than that, they're all the same. And I'm pretty sure she only got married to get that dick.
It just, hey, it's 1988 D'Onofrio. But it just feels like real, I guess, in a way. And in real life, like, not a lot of shit does happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of, like, there are other movies like this that, I feel like this, for 1988, if you were like a teenage girl, maybe, this could have been like your Empire Records.
Okay.
In a way. Like, Empire Records now, like, you think about it, nothing happens in that movie, but it makes you feel good. Like, it's a comfort movie.
Yes.
Even though there's really not a whole lot of plot to that movie, it's just everybody kind of talking about their feelings. It's all just in a day. Like, not much happens, but you get to know everybody, and you like the characters enough that, like, you just want to see what they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I think
that's
like a
how
lot
I kind of felt
times
about it.
There's something I can grasp onto in these movies. This one, it was pizza, but everybody can grasp onto pizza.
Absolutely.
But like,
unless you're lactose
sometimes,
intolerant.
you know, even in How Stella Got Her Groove Back, which has nothing to do with a guy like me, she's a damn good carpenter.
She really is, yeah. If only you were a fisherman, you probably would have got more out of this.
Yeah, fishing's not my thing. Mm-hmm. That's true.
But yeah, no, there's not much. I don't have much on this. Mystic Pizza is a legit pizza parlor in Mystic, Connecticut.
They could barely keep up with the orders after this movie came out.
The woman that wrote this, like, saw the pizza parlor while she was vacationing. I guess Mystic is, like, a really big tourist attraction spot. And then after this movie came out, they remodeled the restaurant to look like the restaurant in the movie.
Brilliant.
And they have, like, lines around the block. At least they did. I don't know what they're up to now, but, like, when this movie came out, it was huge for their business.
I did read a few things.
And barely any of this was filmed in Mystic.
Yeah, because Mystic is an actual tourist trap, so they were like,
too many people,
too busy.
they couldn't work it, yeah.
I did read Matt Damon, his only competition for that role.
Ben Affleck.
So he beat out Ben Affleck for the role.
And and this surprised me, for some reason, I thought Matt Damon was younger. He's actually 2 years older than Affleck.
Yeah.
And the only reason he got the role over him was because he was 17, Affleck was 15. The rules were, if you were 17, you could do night shoots as long as your parents were there. Mm-hmm. And they needed to film at night. So they got Damon instead of Affleck.
That's it.
Yeah, so who knows? We may not have a Matt Damon if it wasn't for the age difference.
And then I read a story about Julia Roberts trying out for this movie. And I guess you've probably seen it in like movies and stuff when, you know, they have the auditions and there's 20 of the same looking person in one room all going for one role. And I guess she just said, you know what? I can play this role. I know who this character is, and showed up in character wearing a Walkman and singing loudly while the other girls were trying to practice their lines.
Yeah, to throw them off their game.
Just to screw them all up.
Yeah, she's a sociopath.
Yes. Yeah. It goes to what we've been saying this whole time, man. Julia Roberts, not a conscience in that woman.
Sorry, Julia, if you're listening. She's always listening.
She's never been sorry in her life.
All right, let's chick flick it to a dick flick it.
Go ahead. Do it. Because I'm blending mine in with my Nick Cage.
The secret ingredient in the pizza? It's people.
Absolutely.
This is a Sweeney Todd situation. Mm-hmm. They survive during the tourist season so well because that's who they're putting in the pizza. Tourists show up, Leona murders them, puts them in the sauce.
See, my original was the 3 girls were Black Widows.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, this is all Leona.
This is why they're all getting new guys here, because...
Yeah, like, I want the rest of this movie to play out as is. Like, they never get wise to it, but we just keep getting scenes of Leona offing tourists and putting them in the sauce, and then everybody eating the pizza being like, this is amazing. What's in this? And it's just like she kills tourists to put them in the pizza, and that's why they flourish during tourist season, because that's when they get all their ingredients. And that's it. It's people. Yeah. Mr. Pizza is people!
It just makes sense. And as I was in this and I was halfway through that movie in my head and had to pause it and rewind it again, I was like, I bet you Jason's going people in the pizza too. So I switched it up. What I want is, at one point she says, I'm not telling you who, and then the camera follows her down the stairs, and there in the corner, cooking a huge batch of methamphetamines. It's our boy Nick Cage wearing his tighty whities and a gas mask, and as he's cooking them, he's just going over and pouring them into a big old pot of sauce right there in the corner. And she's like, hey, you done with today's batch? And he's like, you said I could see my mom later. He's just all disheveled and messed up.
So are you Nick Caging this as well? You're putting him in here as the meth cook?
I want him as the meth cook in the basement that's making that damn good pizza sauce.
Okay. All right. I like it. I connected him to the Fireside Gourmet.
Oh, perfect.
The food reviewer, who is played by Louis Turenne. He was in Major League 2, credited as Distinguished Gentleman. So I think this guy might be typecast. But Major League 2 also stars Dennis Haysbert as Pedro Serrano. Fuck you, Jobu.
Yep.
He's in the Dark Tower movie that came out recently, starring Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba.
I watched that.
I did too. It sucked. I've read all the books. I absolutely love the books.
You read those books?
Oh my God, yeah. They're my favorites. And they just absolutely ruined it. I have hope. I don't want to go on too far of a tangent here, but Mike Flanagan, big horror movie guy, he's adapted some Stephen King stuff, is supposedly doing a series based on the Dark Tower. So
let's have that hope.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
I mean, if you want to, listener at home, you want to fall down a rabbit hole, just Google the Wikipedia for Stephen King's extended universe.
Oh, yeah.
It makes Marvel look like garbage.
It's fantastic.
It's on the level of the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
His extended universe is insane, and it involves ancient, gigantic, world-sized turtles with universes on their backs
Absolutely.
or something. Yeah, weird.
It's so good. But Dennis Haysbert, Dark Tower with Idris Elba, Ghost Rider 2, Spirit of Vengeance, Nicolas Cage.
Ooh, that's a good one to pick too.
I've used him quite a few times, I feel like. But all right, let's rate it.
I mean, I'm going to go 2. It was a movie. It wasn't offensive. It was just first off, I think it's an hour and a half?
Hour and 44.
Hour and 44. It took me 2.5 hours to watch this movie. It just kept zoning out. And at this point in the week, I was fresh. This was Sunday, man. I was well rested. It just knocked me the hell out. And it was, not a great movie. I like almost every person in this.
Yeah.
Every character, they're great actors. It's just nothing to work with. Basically, it was bad pizza. It's 2 hours of bad pizza.
All right. 2.5. Wait, 2?
2.
I kind of dug this movie.
Yeah?
3.5.
Damn.
I will say not a lot happens, but this was this movie was cozy.
3.5 like that guy's fingers.
Yeah. This movie was cozy. It was like I said with Empire Records, it's a comfort movie almost where you can just sit back and the people seem real.
Yeah, Percocet gives you a lot of comfort too, but it also knocks you the hell out.
This movie, which I always appreciate the world felt lived in. It felt like a real town. It felt like real people. It just felt like I was watching the lives of real people, which I think speaks to the acting, the chemistry between all the actors. And yeah, not a lot happens. It doesn't have to. You're just watching a slice of life. You're watching a few days or a few weeks in the life of these 3 girls. Not that much is going to happen. Not every movie has to have some big sprawling plot where I got to find this to get to this to get to it's not a fucking Avengers movie. It's just I didn't hate it. I sat there, I watched it, and I was I kind of like all these people. I think these are interesting characters. I think the performances are really good. You can watch it and see yeah, Julia Roberts was gonna be a star. Like, you can watch this movie and just be like, yeah, she's fucking got it. Like, this is...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, none of them turn in a bad performance.
Yeah, and like, but I just thought, like, it was very believable, which I dug, and like, I like that. So, I mean, like I said, I don't know if would I watch it again? I don't know. Maybe it was on in the background. I could like sit down and like watch a few minutes. But for what it was, like, for watching it once, like, I kind of liked it.
All right, 2 questions.
Okay.
One.
It also might be because I found out that I'm secretly in love with Lily Taylor. I don't know. And Vincent D'Onofrio.
First question is, I've only seen maybe 1 or 2 episodes of this show, but it made me think of it. But I know you are extremely Gilmore friendly.
This is a very this movie.
Is this remind you of that?
It has a lot of Gilmore. That's also based in like a Connecticut town.
I've seen this in your social media profiles. Gilmore friendly.
Yeah, no, I do fuck with the Gilmore Girls. And yes, it's very cozy, like a small town of like interconnected people and like their lives. I mean, obviously a lot more stuff happens in the Gilmore Girls because it's a series spread out over like multiple seasons with multiple episodes. Yeah. So you get a lot more character development and plot moving along. But this could be considered like, you know, Mystic Pizza walks so the Gilmore Girls could run. Sort of situation.
All right, second question.
So you fucking got me. I think it is. I think this reminds me of the Gilmore Girls.
Second question in that vein. You remember Cece's Pizza?
Fucking love it.
Fucking A, man.
I have good news for you.
Oh.
They're making a comeback.
Are they?
They pretty much got like the shit kicked out of them during COVID because it was only eat in, but they kept a few stores open and they were doing like online ordering and pickup and stuff. But now they're like starting to reopen like brick and mortar or Cece's. So fingers crossed.
Oh.
And for any listeners, I mean, I drove to Deadwood, South Dakota last summer with my family. Like drove, and it's like a 12-hour drive.
This guy gets along with his family.
I do. But we stopped. So if you're out in the Midwest, we stopped at a restaurant called Pizza Ranch, which is an all-you-could-eat pizza buffet and fried chicken restaurant.
Okay, I'm sold.
It was delicious.
Yes.
And it reminded me of Cece's, so yeah.
Cece's, for the German listener, is it was a restaurant where you could go and spend, what, $4
It was $5.99,
$5.99 for all-you-can-eat pizza.
Yeah.
The slices were not particularly large, so...
But you could take as many as you wanted.
So you could go in, you could be like, I ate 30 slices of pizza today.
And they would also, like, if they didn't have the kind of pizza you wanted on the buffet, you could ask for it, and they would make it and put it on the buffet.
Yeah, and I mean, the quality was almost less than okay. Like, it was...
It was quantity over quality, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And then you finish it off with a few slices of that dessert pizza.
Oh, God.
You know, like jelly and cream cheese on it or something. Oh, man.
Fuck me, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
All right, well, before we roll our next movie, you still have the list.
Oh, you know what? Before we do this, I want to shout out a few people.
That's what I was going to say before we do that. Yeah, I know you have some housekeeping, some viewer mail to respond to.
Yeah, well, we got Lorraine from Scotland sent in, I mean... You send in animal pics, like it's...
Oh, yeah, she sent us pictures of her cat and her dog.
And like beautiful pictures of their vacation.
And that's a good-looking cat.
Yeah, it is.
That cat could be on like a cat food commercial or like a can of cat food.
I found myself looking at this picture, licking my hand and rubbing it on the side of my head. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
That is weird, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
I do that a lot, though. And then...
good-looking cat, though.
A shout-out to Nicole in Fort Lauderdale. So Nicole, we use Buzzsprout as our podcast hosting site, and they have a fan mail section, and Nicole's written in once or twice. Same thing both times, but I found out really quick, because we'd never gotten fan mail in there, you can't respond.
That is dumb.
So, yeah, so if you want to talk to us, you know, do the whole Facebook thing, or even the weirdly complicated email address or whatever you want to use.
You've not got mails at yahoo.com. Or
I've never once said that out loud.
Just find us on Facebook, because I made a horrible mistake when I created the email, but I'm not going back now. Yeah. But if we do get emails in there, though.
Was AOL closed that day? Or
I don't know. I already have a Gmail account, and I didn't want to have two. It's complicated.
But back to Nicole.
Join us on Facebook, and you can message us on there, and we will respond almost immediately.
Yeah. We do not live for much.
No, fucking please. We live for the validation.
So Nicole wrote and had nice things to say. Said she's a super fan of Hugh Grant and asked for one simple recommendation, which would be 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Can I break it to her?
great news for you, Nicole.
We already did it, Nicole, and we loved it. Well,
Yeah,
I loved it.
Gareth-
No, wait, did I love it?
Oh, yeah.
Did I?
Gareth forever, man.
I loved Gareth. I don't think I gave that the best review. I think I wanted to.
I think we were kind of middle of the road.
Yeah,
but,
maybe.
But Gareth tips it, man.
Yeah, Gareth is the shit. But
one
yeah,
of the better characters.
what's her
of
name
any
again,
movie.
Nicole?
Nicole in Fort Lauderdale.
Nicole, yeah. We did do it. Unfortunately, we can't do it again. I can't watch Gareth die a second time. It would break my heart.
God,
But
no.
you can go back and find it on Buzzsprout. It's on there.
Do us a favor. Just start downloading episodes till you find it.
Yeah, just fuck it. And we just did Bridget Jones's Diary, too. So I mean, if you're a Hugh Grant fan,
Heck yeah.
that's another one. So
I mean, my boat's still out on Hugh Grant. I haven't figured it out yet.
I fucking love Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's the one where he's like the evil religious guy?
Hereditary. We just talked about. I just talked about that.
Oh, that's Hereditary.
Yeah. Or not, oh, fuck, not Hereditary. That's Heretic.
Heretic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I talked about that, I think, during the Bridget Jones's episode, which it is a fantastic movie just for him. Like,
What kind of pizza do you think he eats?
Oh, man. He's British, right? So it probably has, like, some kind of, like, weird fish on it or something. I don't know.
Sardines or something?
Yeah, something
okay.
strange.
Curry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably, like, curry pizza. That might be good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough of that.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here and eat some pizza.
But all right, so let's roll a movie then, CJ.
Oh,
You've got the
yeah.
list.
Sorry, I completely wanted to jump past that part.
That's okay. While he's looking up the list, everybody, let me get this spiel out of the way now. Because we already kind of did. Email us, you've.gotmails@yahoo. If that's too complicated, which I know it is, find us on Facebook at You've Got Mail. Send us a message on there. And please like us, subscribe to us, download us, favorite us, smash that like button, whatever it is the fuck you kids do these days. Just do it. And we will be forever grateful and in your debt. But yeah, that's all. That's all the plugging I've got to do.
So I did a little maintenance.
Okay.
Went through the list, added in a bunch of movies that
You're a much
people-
better keeper than the list than I was.
Keep it all, man. So I added that
He
all
made a
in. I took
spreadsheet.
off all the movies you never took off of there because
He made a spreadsheet.
I did.
He's on fucking QuickBooks.
So we are
doing shit.
officially at 175 movies.
All right. Do you want me to start doing the number generator? Would that
Yeah,
be
man,
helpful?
let's switch this up.
I don't know how to do
Can't
this.
do it all. You just started a email address nobody cares about.
We've gotten emails on there. My goodness.
All right, so you're at 175. We're swapping, man. This is a thing now. Put the pineapple on the porch. We are making moves.
Jesus, 175. We're at number 87.
87. Let's see what this. Dude,
What?
this is one of my favorite movies on this list.
Is it really?
I think we saw this in theaters together. Barbie.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
We're doing the Barbie movie? We did see this in theaters together.
Barbie movie, and I mean, I'm just going to say this earlier. This one's getting a high ranking
Oh,
for me.
yeah.
This is a movie about Barbie that has nihilist undertones in it.
Yeah. I love it. I do worry that this movie's so new and that everyone has seen it. No one's going to want to hear me describe the plot to it. But
I can't fucking wait.
We'll try to figure it out.
I have watched this movie twice now.
Yeah?
Like in theaters, and then when it came out on Max.
I haven't watched it since we saw it in theaters, so I'm excited to revisit it.
And this was a great movie. We saw it opening night and packed house.
Yeah.
Everybody in that building was having a blast.
You're right.
It was great. People were getting their pictures with big pink signs.
Yeah.
And we ran into Giselle Fetterman, our local politician's wife.
Yeah, she was there. All right, well, I'm just Jason, and he's just CJ, and next week we're going to talk about Barbie.
Heck yeah.
And I'm just Ken. But until then, please stay romantic. Don't be shit at each other.
I eat pizza with Ryan Gosling.
Oh, man.
How cool would that be?
He probably eats pizza so nice.